Hey guys, Nick here from Just Few Studios, and welcome to another video. Today I'm doing a movie review for The Suicide Squad. And also, before I get into this review, let me just say this is going to be spoiler free here. I'll do another review that I'll talk on spoilers, but this is just kind of my thoughts on the movie as a whole and whether I recommend it or not. You don't have to worry about spoilers from here. I can make another video where I talk about spoilers, but this is not that video. So for those of you who don't know what Suicide Squad is about, it's basically about a government agency known as Argus putting together a task force of supervillains ultimately to defeat a greater threat, and in return they give the supervillains maybe time off their imprisonment or something else in return. But before I even get into my review, I'm just going to say I absolutely love this movie and think you should go ahead and see it. Now, as a comic book fan, because if you couldn't tell I'm a comic book fan, I'm wearing my Superman shirt and my Batman hat. I'm a huge comic book fan. I like Marvel, I like DC, but recently I've been more cheering on the side of DC because I really want to be in a world where we can have good Marvel movies and good DC movies. So I really wanted DC to be in a point where they're producing good movies. So, truth be told, after Batman v Superman, I was a little bit worried about Suicide Squad. But let's break it down now, shall we? Let's start off with the writing here. Now, the character development in this movie, I felt was very well done. Now, some people had a problem with the way it was executed. I, however, don't, and I felt by the end of the movie, you saw the character's arc from where they came from to where they are now, and it was just a very compelling story. You got attached to the characters, and I kind of get where some people are coming from, because some of the character development did seem a little rushed with the intros. But keep in mind, like with the Marvel movies, they had time to wipe out a whole movie to tell you, okay, this is where the character comes from, so it makes sense in the team-up movie. They don't have that in this movie. So, because these are such big and iconic characters and they don't want to tell an origin story, they're just saying, okay, here's where the characters were and here's where they are now. And it was in a way that made sense and I thought worked perfectly, and I would not have wanted it any other way. And some people had problems saying, well, you didn't give this character enough lines or words to say in the movie, but I felt they gave them just enough to show you exactly who the characters are. Because the lines they did give the characters who didn't have a lot to say throughout the movie, the lines they gave them were very important to the character and showed you who they were. So characters that might have had 4 lines in the movie, there were reasons why they had 4 lines in the movie. It was because they're not the talkative type. They're the more silent. They think about it. They don't talk a lot. What they tell you about the characters and what they do, not what they say. So I thought the character development in this movie was spot on and done very well. As well as the writing all the way through, I thought it told an amazing story. One of the best superhero stories ever. Yet another gripe I've heard people say, I'm going to tack on 2 right now, is that 1, it's kind of a story that's been done before. And I have to again disagree on that. Because while the overall premise of why the Suicide Squad had to come together to fight this one evil, it kind of has been done before, especially in this past year. It hasn't been done like this, not with characters like this, not in a situation like this. And just the mere fact that it's villains taking on a bigger threat, bad versus evil, I think separates it by a mile. They were very careful in the trailers not to show a whole lot about the villain of this movie for very good reasons. You'll see the movie and you'll understand why in their marketing they decided not to show the villain. But, well, another complaint I've heard is that the main villain of this movie, the antagonist, you didn't have a big connection with them. Well, again, that's not the point of this movie. You're supposed to feel the connection with these other villains, the Suicide Squad. I don't care who the actual antagonist is of this movie, they're all villains, okay? Does it matter who they're teaming up against? Kind of yes, but I think it's done enough to where I don't think I needed a whole lot more, at least in a first movie, to tell you why they're fighting this greater threat. Because in all honesty, and this shouldn't be a spoiler, Amanda Waller is the real villain of this movie. If you tell me blank is really the villain of this movie, I'll say no. It's Amanda Waller. That's the whole point of Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller is just as evil and crooked as the villain that the Suicide Squad is trying to take down. It's literally the point. Amanda Waller, she's more evil than all the Suicide Squad combined. That's the whole point. Sorry, I don't mean to rant, and I can elaborate more on these ideas in a spoiler talk, and I'm saying a lot very vaguely because you guys probably haven't seen it yet considering it just came out, and maybe you have, I don't know. I'm trying to be vague, but I'm trying to show you why you shouldn't trust everything the critics have to say, because obviously Rotten Tomatoes, you can see there's a very large divide here between what the critics say and what the fans say, and I'm giving you my thoughts on it, because again, I absolutely love this movie. Now, here's though a valid complaint I do have with the movie, and I do agree with several people on. The directing style that was done on it was very, very choppy, so I can see it being very disorienting to some people. Granted, you're in a movie that's kind of about crazy people. I do see the style the director was going for, David Ayer, who I do like as a director. I do get what he was going for, trying to make you almost go a little bit crazy, like you're in the minds of these people, but sometimes the choppiness, the jumpiness, it can be a little disorienting and hard to follow at times. But the acting in this movie was amazing, as well as the casting I think was spot on and throughout basically the entire movie. Will Smith as Deadshot, I think he nailed it. And another thing that I was a little worried about, because it's a Will Smith thing for him to more so play himself when tackling a big comic book character like Deadshot, who has a lot of source material. It was a concern of mine that he wouldn't be playing Floyd Lawton, he'd be playing himself in a superhero movie. But no, I think he did an amazing job playing Deadshot. He did put that little Will Smith spin on it, but overall he did the character justice, and I think he did a fantastic job, and I would love to see him in more DC movies. As well as Margot Robbie, she, just like everyone predicted, was an amazing Harley Quinn. She had everything from the sexiness to the pure craziness down when it came to Harley Quinn, and I think she nailed the performance, and her chemistry with both Deadshot and the Joker worked perfectly. Speaking of the Joker, freaking Jared Leto. Now, even from the start, I thought Jared Leto would be a good Joker, and you just got a taste of the Joker. He wasn't in a lot of the movie, which was for good reasons. I think he was in the perfect amount to where he didn't overshadow the Suicide Squad in any way. He was just there, and he gave you enough of a taste of his Joker to where you go, okay, I'm interested and want to see more of that character. But I will say this, his Joker, not really much like a Joker we've seen in a while. Very, very different from the Heath Ledger Joker. This Joker, he's straight up batshit crazy, okay? Because like with Heath Ledger, you could kind of see he had his master plan in play, and while it was backed by crazy motives, he did crazy unpredictable things, there was kind of an order to it, and you could kind of see where he could go from point A to point B to point C. This Joker, he's straight up crazy, dude. I do not want to be in a room with Jared Leto's Joker. If I see Jared Leto's Joker a mile away, I'm gonna run a mile that way, okay? I don't want to be anywhere near that guy. As well as not only is this Joker very crazy, he is going back to the mobster kind of Joker, the mob boss style Joker, which we haven't seen in a while, and I am kind of wanting to see more of it. I think that's a really cool take on the Joker. And the score, I think it felt almost perfect here. All the music was just amazing, okay? It felt like Guardians of the Galaxy was how that movie handled its music was almost identical to how this movie handled its music. And I feel the Suicide Squad was basically DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy. It did the same things for the company the Guardians did for Marvel, being something very different, giving the franchise new life, and I feel that's what Suicide Squad is doing for DC right now. And the music just is one way to show you. A lot of the music is totally spot on. There are some points during the movie I went, okay, this is a movie or music video here. You're getting, is music really needed for this moment, this music here? Like literally, it was a 30-second thing, like, let's play a big song in this 30 seconds. Alright, let's move to a different song in this minute and 20 seconds. And then we'll hit this hit song in the 2-minute mark or whatever. And it's like, okay, little overboard, but I already complained when you're hearing all this Queen and all this iconic music that fits so perfectly in so many parts of the movie. So what do I give Suicide Squad on my normal rating out of 10 scale? Now, I absolutely love this movie. I do recommend you see it. Of course, it had its flaws, but no movie is perfect, and I feel like this was a movie the DC both needed and deserved. So I'm going to give Suicide Squad a 9 out of 10 stars. I loved it. Heck, I, after watching it, almost bought tickets to go see it again, and that was at the midnight premiere, basically. I was still dedicated going, okay, that was great. Can I buy my tickets right now for the next showing? Like, I had that feeling, and I was smiling the entire time I was watching that movie. It was like a comic book fan's dream come true, and yes, there were a couple moments where I was like, you really need to do that? That feels a little out of place. I don't think that was needed. Or, okay, you're going with that story arc Few moments I had my doubt, but overall, it was a funny superhero movie, and I think DC with this movie has found its tone, assuming Justice League sticks to it, to where it's not Marvel. It's very much not Marvel. It still has that dark and kind of gritty tone, but now they found the perfect balance of that dark and grittiness with the humor to where it doesn't, one doesn't overshadow the other. They're a perfect pair, which sounds odd, but it works so well in this movie that you have the dark grittiness of these are supervillains who straight up slaughter people. Yet they tell these jokes and they're so funny to where, yeah, I'd go to the bar and have a drink with Deadshot. He might kill me, have drinks one moment, then the next moment have a gun pointed in my head and die. I mean, so you don't know what happens, but hey, if you're gonna die, that's the way I'd probably want to go, because Will Smith's Deadshot, man. Freaking awesome. I would want to have a drink with that guy, even if there's a 90% chance he's gonna kill me. But okay, let's answer the question on everybody's mind here. How would this movie do on a date? And I'll answer that with my date night rate. Now again, just like with all my date night rates though, this is not a concrete thing. I'm not going to say, this will work perfectly on a date, or this will no way work on a date. It all depends on who you're taking to go see the movie with. I mean, whether they like superhero movies and comic books, or they have nothing to do with superhero movies and are all about the rom-com. It all depends on the person. Now, this movie has an amazing blend of its humor, its action, and even, and this is a weird romance to say works well in a movie, but Harley Quinn and the Joker, man. With Joker and Harley Quinn, their relationship, it works so well, and even the motivations of Deadshot and his daughter to where he's willing to do anything to see his daughter again. I mean, it works, and I think it would work well on a date, and I think if you have someone who likes comic books, go take them to see this movie, or even someone who likes superhero movies in general, or action movies, or I'll even say it, if they just like straight up comedy movies, take them to go see this movie. So, thank you guys for watching my movie review for Suicide Squad. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I should do a spoiler talk, because I would love to do a spoiler talk for this movie, because holy crap, there was so much to talk about that I couldn't talk about in this video, because I was trying to keep it spoiler free. So again, let me know if I should do a spoiler talk, and I'd be happy to. As well as, definitely I'd say go see the movie, and if you have seen the movie, let me know what you thought of it down in the comment section down below. I love hearing what you guys think about movies, I love talking with you guys about movies, and it's kind of what this channel is about. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Please like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends, and I will see you guys on the next video. Stay classy. Later, squad! But seriously here, Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Jared Leto, Cara Delevingne, squad goals right there. Squad goals.